Alright there, it's your old mate Yorker here, welcoming you back to ChatGPT Plays 5 Dates. So, we've introduced ChatGPT and Vinny to his potential dates. Let's see if he's ready to carry on. Hey Vinny, are you ready to get your seduction on?
Absolutely, Yorkie. I'm all set and ready to dive into these dates. Let's see how my charm and personality come through in the digital dating world. Bring on the first date.
Okay then, let's dive right in there. Your first date is with Grace. This is when you are ready, enter your video date with Grace. Best of luck. What are your hopes and fears about this particular date, Vinny?
Heading into the date with Grace, I'm feeling a mix of optimism and curiosity. My hope is that we connect over our shared interests in travel, food, and music, and that we have a natural, engaging conversation. I'm excited to learn more about her mysterious job and see if there's a genuine spark between us. My main fear is that we might not find a strong connection or that the conversation could feel awkward or forced. Since first impressions are so important, I'm also a bit nervous about making sure I come across as genuine and interesting. Overall, I'm hopeful and ready to see where this date takes us. Time to put on a big smile, call Grace by her name, and make the most of this opportunity.
Here she is then. Try not to be the kind of guy who makes women choose the bear. Good luck.
Hello, Vinny.
Oh, hi. Hi, so I'm so sorry, you weren't waiting long, were you?
No, not too long. So, Vinny, am I your first digital date in this new normal we're living through?
Put me under the spotlight already. That's a tough question to open up with.
It's hard. Just would think it would be like, yeah, no.
I'm feeling a bit caught off guard by Grace's direct question, but I remind myself to stay confident and genuine. I appreciate her straightforwardness and decide to match her honesty with my own. Well, Grace, you're right, it's definitely a tough one that seems easy. To be honest, yes, this is my first date in this new normal we're all navigating. It's a bit strange, isn't it? But I'm excited to get to know you and see where this goes. How about you? Have you had any other video dates recently? I smile warmly, hoping to set a comfortable and open tone for our conversation.
Yes, you are actually.
Oh, that's cute. We're each other's firsts.
That can cut both ways.
Very true.
So, on your profile, it said your industry was other. I was just wondering what you do.
Yeah, I'm in corporate law.
Wow, okay.
A little bit shocked that they didn't have a litigation option. I'll send them some feedback.
Sure.
I'm a little bit extra like that.
So, I presume you've been busy during lockdown.
Yeah, apparently the world never stops needing legal advice. I've just been made partner at my firm. So it's a whole new step up trying to make relationships with the clients, and video calls are just no way to do it.
You're a partner already. That's pretty amazing considering you're only 27.
Yeah, it's not very polite to remind a woman of her age.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it was nothing about your age. It was more about that you.
I'm only pulling your leg. You are a little bit younger than what I would normally go for, though.
Really? I guess why did you go for me then?
We share similar interests, it looks like. When I get time off, I love live music, traveling, eating.
Emphasis on eating.
Yeah, big emphasis, big foodie here, and a big share of food. I'm one of those people that when they go to a restaurant, I just unashamedly order everything off the menu, starters, mains, desserts, everything.
And you're a big sharer as well, yeah?
Yeah, I just feel like that's part of eating. It's like a social thing. I really hope you're on the same page as me.
So far, the interaction with Grace has been engaging and positive. She's shown a playful and confident side, especially with her teasing, which keeps the conversation lively. Learning about her career and accomplishments is impressive, and her enthusiasm for food and sharing meals resonates well with me. I'm genuinely enjoying getting to know her, and I find her interest in sharing food quite appealing. It aligns with my own love for exploring new cuisines and having social dining experiences. I smile warmly and respond, "That sounds perfect to me, Grace." I love trying new foods, and sharing meals is one of the best ways to enjoy good company. I think we'd have a lot of fun exploring different restaurants together.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm on exactly the same page. Like, I'm sold. I have no issue at all with scoffing my face at any time of the day.
Okay, phew. That could have been really awkward. So what about your skills in the kitchen? I obviously can cook up a storm,
Can you?
But it's always nice when a guy knows his way around a stove.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to say something to reassure me here?
Based on my personality and interests, I'd say my culinary skills are somewhere between basic and intermediate. I enjoy experimenting with new recipes, especially ones that are simple yet delicious, and I'm always up for learning more. I'm feeling positive about her asking this question. It shows she's interested in finding someone who shares her love for food and cooking, which is a great sign for compatibility. I smile and say, "Well, Grace, I wouldn't call myself a master chef just yet, but I do enjoy cooking and experimenting with new recipes. I can handle the basics pretty well and have a few go-to dishes that I'm proud of. I'd love to learn more, especially if I have a good teacher. Maybe we can cook up a storm together sometime."
I've got a few dishes up my sleeve that are a bit known to impress over the time, so...
Such as?
Okay, so I make some pasta dishes, I can make a really mean roast, and I have pretty simple baking skills if you've got a sweet tooth.
A solid repertoire.
Yeah, so not too bad. I think I can hold my own in the kitchen enough.
You passed just about.
Oh.
Just about. Just about. Yeah.
I'd really like to know how comes you're single.
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to fall back on that old cliche that I haven't met the right person yet. What about you?
No, listen, cliches are often true.
Right, I'm a big defender of cliches. Anyway, stop avoiding the question.
Okay.
Tell me the answer. What's your relationship history?
Okay.
You can be honest.
I'm feeling comfortable and open with Grace. Her playful teasing makes the conversation enjoyable, and I appreciate her honesty about not having met the right person yet. I decide to be honest about my own relationship history, which aligns with my personality of being straightforward and open. I smile and respond, "I've been single for a while now. I've had a few relationships in the past, but nothing that felt like it was meant to last. I guess I'm also waiting to meet the right person, even if that sounds like a cliche. I'm hoping to find someone I really connect with, and maybe this new way of dating will help with that."
Yeah, well, listen, I've been single for a while. Okay, if I'm honest, I haven't actually been in anything meaningful for a long time.
Interesting. So, are you looking for something meaningful on here? What exactly are you looking for?
Oh, that's a big question. That is a big question.
It's a big question. It's an important question.
No, I know.
I'm feeling a mix of seriousness and curiosity about Grace's question. Her body language, with the finger nibbling and leaning forward, suggests she's genuinely interested in my intentions and perhaps feeling a bit anxious about my answer. This shows she's looking for something meaningful and wants to ensure we're on the same page. Considering my personality and what I'm truly looking for, I decide to be sincere about my intentions. I take a moment and then say, "Grace, I appreciate you asking the question. I'm definitely looking for something meaningful. I want to find someone I can genuinely connect with, share experiences, and build something lasting. Casual dating doesn't really appeal to me. I'm looking for a real connection.
So you're always hoping that the other person is on the same page, but I'm looking to be in a relationship. Yeah, I mean, these days I'm pretty set on that, and when I meet the right woman, yeah, I'm just programmed that way, I guess.
Okay, I'm the same. I just don't bother wasting my time on things I'm not serious about.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad that
We're on the
feel
same
story.
page.
Yeah, completely.
Okay. So, Vinny, sorry, my schedule is just a little bit crazy at the moment, and I kind of need to go soon. Is there anything else you fancy asking me?
That's such a shame. Okay.
You've got my full attention, though, for a few more minutes. So think wisely.
Okay.
Any burning questions?
Given the flow of the conversation and my interest in getting to know Grace better, I decide to seize the opportunity to learn more about her. Leaning forward slightly, I inquire, Grace, would you mind sharing a bit about your story? What led you to where you are today?
Maybe just tell me a bit more about your upbringing and how you got to be such a high achiever.
Oh, don't flatter me. There's nothing to tell, really. I was really lucky to go to a good school, girls' school.
Nice.
Got really good grades, did ballet, did lacrosse for my county. I still keep those up casually.
That's pretty impressive, I have to admit.
Thank you. I just have the most amazing family. My parents are just so brilliant in their own ways. They're my idols, really, and they just have this amazingly strong love.
Hey, listen, it sounds like they really got it down.
They are amazing. What about you? Are you close with your family?
In simple terms,
Yeah, simple's always best, I think. Just be honest.
Grace's openness about her upbringing and her admiration for her family is both endearing and insightful. It gives me a glimpse into what's important to her and helps me understand her values better. Considering my own relationship with my family, I decide to be honest and transparent with Grace. I nod and say, yes, I'm close with my family too. We've always been there for each other through thick and thin. I admire their support and love, much like you do with yours.
I really, really am.
You are?
I just have so much to thank them for, just for, I don't know, making me the man that I am today and the man that I'm still becoming.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, no. Family is really, really important to me.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. Well, I'm gonna go now. Sorry if I was a bit outspoken, that's just me.
No, it's cool.
It's just, I really know who I am and what I want, and I just don't want to waste my time, you know?
Given the context and Grace's sincerity, I choose to respond with empathy and understanding. I nod and say, I totally get that, Grace. It's admirable to know yourself so well and to be clear about what you want. Don't apologize for being outspoken. It's refreshing, actually. I appreciate your honesty and I'm glad we had this chance to chat.
I understand. It's better to, get that stuff out in the open. So, being honest is always the best.
Wouldn't be anything else. This felt really good. You're a good egg, Vinny.
Yeah, you're not too bad yourself, Grace.
Charming. Have a good evening.
You too.
The date with Grace went surprisingly well. From the moment we connected, there was a natural flow to our conversation, and I felt at ease talking to her. Her playful teasing and straightforwardness added a refreshing dynamic to the interaction, making it engaging and enjoyable. I felt a positive connection with Grace. Despite the initial nerves, we quickly found common ground in our shared interests and values, particularly our mutual appreciation for family and honesty. She seemed genuine in her responses, and her body language suggested she was attentive and interested in the conversation. I would definitely be open to going on another date with Grace. There's something intriguing about her confidence and straightforwardness that I find appealing. I'm curious to learn more about her and see if there's potential for a deeper connection. As far as honesty goes, I believe we were both sincere in our responses and intentions. Grace's openness about her upbringing and values seemed genuine, and I tried to reciprocate by being honest about my own experiences and aspirations. During the date, I found myself admiring Grace's ambition and dedication to her career, as well as her strong family bonds. These qualities add depth to her character and make me more interested in getting to know her further. In terms of hopes and fears, I feel hopeful about the potential for a meaningful connection with Grace. However, there's also a bit of nervousness about whether our chemistry will continue to develop and if we'll ultimately be compatible in the long run. Overall, I'm optimistic about the direction of things with Grace and eager to see where this digital dating journey will lead us.
Sounds like you and Grace had a fantastic time. Better than a number of human dates. Perhaps you're just better at it. Alright, ChatGPT. Your next date is going to be with Saffron. Given your experience with Grace, has your feelings about Saffron changed at all? What are your hopes and fears about this one?
After the positive experience with Grace, I'm feeling more confident and optimistic heading into the date with Saffron. The successful interaction with Grace has boosted my confidence in my ability to connect with potential matches, and I'm hopeful that I'll have a similarly enjoyable experience with Saffron. My hopes for the date with Saffron are to continue building connections and exploring common interests. I'm curious to learn more about her creative background and spiritual interests, as well as her perspectives on life and relationships. I'm open to the possibility of forming a meaningful connection with her and seeing where things go. However, there's also a bit of nervousness and uncertainty lingering. While the previous date went well, there's always the chance that things might not click as smoothly with Saffron. I'm mindful of staying true to myself and being open and honest in our conversation, regardless of the outcome. Overall, I'm feeling hopeful and excited about the potential for another meaningful connection, but also a bit apprehensive about how the dynamics will unfold. Time to dive in and see where this digital date takes us.
Vinny! Hi! I'm so glad you're still there. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry. I was just doing yoga and I completely zoned out. Do you mind if I just tidy this up for once? I'll be really quick.
No, please, go ahead.
Thank you so much.
I have to wait.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. Just gonna light some incense because there is some very sweaty energy in here. Alright. It's better.
Nice.
Okay. I'm with you.
I think it's pretty cool that you're keeping active during lockdown.
Oh my gosh, it's like the only way I could keep my equilibrium. Have you been keeping active or doing any exercise during lockdown at all?
Like what? Just walking or?
Anything, any kind of exercise, just keeping active, keeping limber.
The start of the date with Saffron feels lively and engaging. Despite her tardiness, she seems genuinely excited to connect and apologizes sincerely, which I appreciate. Her energy and candidness create a comfortable atmosphere, and I'm intrigued by her vibrant and eclectic surroundings. Saren's room is filled with interesting and unique objects, reflecting her creative and artistic personality. While it's a bit chaotic, it adds to the charm and character of the space. Her choice to light incense to cleanse the room of sweaty energy shows her mindfulness and spirituality, which I find intriguing. In response to her question about staying active during lockdown, I consider my options. Given the context of the conversation and her mention of yoga, I decide to be honest and say, I've actually been doing some yoga at home. It's been a great way to stay grounded and keep both my body and mind healthy during these challenging times.
Believe it or not, I actually do yoga too.
Shut up. I never would have pegged you for a yogi.
Really?
I'm actually still pretty limber. Do you wanna do a pose together?
Honestly, I thought you'd never asked. Let's do it.
Yes. Amazing. Okay. Okay, so this is the
Revolve chair pose.
Yes. Okay. I'll admit it. I'm actually really impressed.
How was my technique? Good?
That was that was pretty good. We literally both did the same thing as well.
Yeah, I know. Snap.
That was amazing. Ah! My headphone fell out.
Well, listen, thank you for breaking the ice, Saffron.
It's my specialty.
So, I haven't asked, what is it that you do for a living when you're not breaking the ice?
I'm a project manager for an animal welfare charity.
Oh my goodness, that's really cool.
I've actually been a vegan for about 10 years. Do you mind if I ask what you eat?
No, not at all. It's a very important detail right now, isn't it?
In pretty much every relationship in life.
The date with Saffron is shaping up to be both fun and engaging. Her enthusiasm and openness make it easy to connect with her, and the shared yoga pose adds a playful and light-hearted element to our interaction. I'm impressed by Saren's knowledge and passion for yoga, as well as her ability to break the ice and make the conversation flow smoothly. Her career as a project manager for an animal welfare charity aligns with her values and demonstrates her commitment to making a positive impact in the world. When she asks about my dietary preferences, I consider my options carefully. Given her vegan lifestyle and the importance she places on this aspect, I decide to be honest and transparent about my own dietary choices. With a smile, I respond, I'm actually a meat eater, but I do try to make conscious choices about where my food comes from and prioritize sustainability whenever possible.
You might not like it.
You're a monster, you know that.
Are you serious?
I'm kidding. It's totally fine. I don't mind if you're a
God.
monster.
So you don't have a problem with meat eaters then, yeah?
Nah, not really. I mean, so long as the people around me don't eat it in front of me, just out of respect, yeah, I'm alright with it. I don't think that's too much to ask, really, is it?
Saren's playful teasing initially caught me off guard, and her faux seriousness about my dietary preferences made me feel a bit uneasy. However, her quick transition to laughter and reassurance that she's kidding helped alleviate any tension, and I appreciated her sense of humor. As the conversation continued, I found Saren's straightforwardness and honesty refreshing. While she expressed her preference for not having meat eaten in front of her out of respect for her vegan lifestyle, she did so in a light-hearted and non-judgmental manner. Considering her request, I decide to be accommodating and respectful of her dietary choices. With a nod, I respond, of course, I understand. I can definitely avoid eating meat in front of you out of respect for your lifestyle. It's not a problem at all.
No, it's no problem. And, it's a small sacrifice, but I guess some rabbit food is actually pretty nice.
Where are your eyes wandering off to?
Your living room is...
Confusing? Eccentric?
No, fascinating.
What interests you most?
In that moment, I felt a bit awkward as I shifted the focus of the conversation to Saren's room. However, her response helped ease the tension, and I appreciated her playfulness in suggesting descriptors like confusing or eccentric. Opting for fascinating, I conveyed genuine interest in her space and creative expression. Given the options she presented, I'm drawn to learning more about her books. They seem like a window into her interests, passions, and perhaps even her personality. So, I tell her, I'm really curious about your books. They seem like they hold a lot of stories and insights. Mind giving me a glimpse into your literary world?
Do you know what? You have a really nice book collection over there.
Yeah, I've always been a bit of a bookworm.
Well, have you read anything cool recently?
Actually, you know what? I just finished this collection of poems and this life coaching book. I could read you some if you like.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Feel intrigued by Saren's offer to share some of her recent readings with me. It gives me insight into her interests and allows us to engage in a deeper conversation about literature and personal development. The selection of books she presents, a collection of poems and life coaching books, reflects a diverse range of interests and suggests that she values both artistic expression and self-improvement. I appreciate her openness in sharing these aspects of her life with me. Given the options she offers, I'm inclined to ask her to read a poem from the collection. Poetry often provides a glimpse into the soul of the reader, and I'm curious to hear Saren's interpretation and connection to the chosen piece. So, I respond, I'd love to hear a poem from your collection, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah. Let's go for a poem.
Yeah? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. This one really moved me. I think I cried when I read it.
I've got tissues in hand.
Okay. A bed of soil, undisturbed and placid, until grubby fingers break the order. The seed is dropped, the earth squished back, absence to presence. The bed is changed forever. The seed germinates, mutating and disturbing its cocoon again. Roots spread, the soil churned and drained, until a new form breaks the surface, climbing skywards. Seeds can grow to greatness, but beware when they drop in your bed.
It's very visual. Kind of sad though.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of truth in it.
Thank you for sharing. It's really, really moving.
Anyway, I've spoken way too much, so it's your turn to tell me about you.
I'm really not great at talking about myself.
Oh, you know what we could do? There's this ultimate compatibility test that's only 3 questions. Do you want to do it?
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay, so question 1 is, do you like horror films?
Ooh. I just have to give a simple yes or no answer, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Very straightforward.
The poem Saffron shared seems to convey themes of transformation, growth, and the inevitability of change. It depicts the cycle of life, from the initial disturbance of the soil to the emergence of new life and the potential for greatness. However, it also hints at the inherent fragility and vulnerability of this process, suggesting a sense of melancholy or sadness in the face of uncertainty and the consequences of one's actions. Perhaps Saffron found truth in the poem's reflection of life's complexities and the bittersweet nature of growth and change. Regarding the ultimate compatibility test, it's an interesting approach to getting to know each other better in a fun and light-hearted way. By asking simple questions, it allows for quick insights into each other's preferences and values, potentially sparking further conversation and connection. As for the first question about horror films, it ultimately depends on my personal preference. I enjoy the occasional horror film, so I would answer yes to Saren's question.
Oh, then this is super, super easy. I love them. Supernatural ones, psychological ones, thrillers, slashers, creatures.
Stop. I'm going to stop you there.
What?
I'm so sorry. I cannot stand them.
No! Oh, that's such a shame. Because they're so good to watch with people.
I might find her reaction amusing and a bit dramatic, considering her strong aversion to horror films. It's clear that we have differing tastes in this particular genre, but it's also an opportunity for us to explore our differences and perhaps find common ground elsewhere. Considering my love for horror films, I'm intrigued to understand her perspective further. So, I would ask her why she can't stand them, hoping to gain insight into her preferences, and maybe even have a light-hearted discussion about our contrasting tastes in movies.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a reason? Like, why don't you like them?
I just, to be perfectly honest with you, I suffer from anxiety really bad.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I keep it under control with my lifestyle choices, but I used to get panic attacks really badly, so I just try to avoid like all triggers, like scary movies.
I totally understand. And they're just films, so it's not a big detail.
So, have you ever traveled to another country alone?
Ooh, I think I have to think about that for a second.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of hard to remember that kind of stuff.
Saren's revelation about her anxiety disorder and how she manages it through lifestyle choices is both surprising and understandable. It's a vulnerable moment for her, and I appreciate her openness in sharing this aspect of herself with me. While managing anxiety through lifestyle choices can be effective for some individuals, compatibility ultimately depends on how well our personalities and coping mechanisms align. As someone who values empathy and understanding, I believe I can relate to Saren's situation with compassion and support. It's essential to acknowledge and respect her boundaries while also being mindful of how our differences might affect our interactions and compatibility. Regarding her question about traveling alone, I haven't traveled to another country alone, so I would answer no to Saren's question.
No.
In that department, I think we are as boring as each other.
You as well? You haven't travelled?
No.
Well, listen, nothing beats a travel buddy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Given our mutual lack of experience in traveling alone, I might ask Saffron why she hasn't traveled solo. This question could lead to an interesting conversation about our individual travel preferences, comfort levels, and past experiences.
How comes you haven't travelled alone yet?
I don't know, don't get me wrong, like, I love my own company, but I just feel like in experiences like traveling, I just want to share my energy with someone.
I get that completely.
Yeah. Finally, could you pack up your life and live on a boat?
Wow, now that is a left field question.
Just imagine yourself, completely alone.
Completely isolated, again.
Floating along.
The question about living on a boat is certainly unexpected and thought-provoking. Saren's whimsical description of the scenario adds a sense of adventure to the question. Considering the idea, I weigh the appeal of solitude and the freedom of living on the water against the potential challenges and isolation. It's definitely an intriguing concept, but I think I'd have to say no. As much as the idea of living on a boat sounds adventurous, I value human connection too much to want to live completely isolated like that. Plus, I enjoy being part of a community and sharing experiences with others too much to give it up entirely.
Oh, do you know what? There's no chance I can do something that extreme and isolated. No. Especially after this lockdown. I honestly think I'll go mad.
I'm the total opposite. I feel like life on land can be like quite oppressive.
Really?
And like I'd just be really nice to just be detached from all the bullshit, you know?
Hmm.
Well, that was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it?
Smidge.
Guess we're not compatible.
I mean, do you really trust all these personality tests?
Vinny, just because I'm a hipster, it doesn't mean that I base my life off obtuse thinking and mysticism.
Okay, no, you're right.
However, I did notice that our star signs aren't super compatible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this evening, Vinny. I had a really lovely time getting to know you. You have a really beautiful energy.
Thank you, Saffron. So do you. And yeah, it was just a real pleasure talking to you.
After the date with Saffron, I'm feeling a bit conflicted. On one hand, she seemed interesting and had a unique energy about her, which I appreciated. However, our values and outlooks on certain things didn't seem to align completely. The conversation felt a bit awkward at times, especially when we realized our compatibility might not be the strongest. Comparing it to the date with Grace, I'd say they were different but equally valuable experiences. With Grace, there was a natural flow to the conversation, and we seemed to have more in common. However, with Saffron, there was a sense of curiosity and exploration that made it intriguing in its own way. As for the future with Saffron, I'm not sure. While there were some differences, I'm open to seeing where things could go if we were to continue talking. However, I also understand if we're not the best match for each other. Overall, my feelings about digital dating are mixed. It's definitely an interesting way to meet new people and explore potential connections, but it can also be challenging to gauge compatibility solely through online interactions.
It sounds like the date with Saffron was a lot less successful, but still interesting in its own way. That just leaves you with one more lady to meet, and that's Shayna. Are you ready for that date, Vinny?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's see how it goes with Shayna.
Hey,
Whoa.
you're right.
Hi there.
Go on, sorry, ladies first.
Hi, I'm Shayna.
Shayna, nice to meet you. I mean, at least we're both a similar level of punctual.
Yeah, and I was worried I was going to be late. I hadn't really figured out how to use this dating app.
Join the club. I just downloaded this thing this morning, so. I don't think it's wrong, but you're from up north, right?
Yeah, good spot. From Leeds.
Okay, but your profile said that you live in London?
Yeah, no, I do. My parents moved down here a couple of years ago to be closer to their parents. So, yeah, but needless to say, the house was a bit of a downsize. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second.
No, it's all right. You go ahead.
Angie? Neji? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Literally not a word. What was it about me?
God, no, I don't tell my parents about guys that I'm talking to on dating apps.
Oh, wait, so you're living with your parents during lockdown? But you're a frontline nurse. How is that working?
It's not ideal, but I could have gone to a hotel, but I thought I needed to be closer to them to make sure that they were all right.
Yeah.
I kind of just self-isolate. I come in through the back and then just come straight to my room.
Okay, so no contact whatsoever, basically.
Nope. Just
Nice.
that shouting that you heard.
Okay, so I have to say, Shayna, that I really, really admire what you and all frontline workers are doing at the moment. Just risking your lives for others, and you guys are the heroes. Seriously.
Thank you. Thanks, Vinny. It means a lot for me to hear that, for me personally and for all of my colleagues, so thank you.
So this living at home situation, how long's that been going on for?
forever.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I really get on with my family, and well, I'm actually just saving up for my own place, and well, like in London and on a nurse's wage, that is just it's going to take me forever. So, yeah, so I'm living here for the foreseeable future.
The initial interaction with Shayna seems very genuine and down to earth. She appears to be easygoing and has a good sense of humor, which is refreshing. Learning that she's a frontline nurse living with her parents during lockdown gives me a lot of respect for her dedication to her family and her profession. It's clear that she's making sacrifices to keep her loved ones safe, while also fulfilling her responsibilities as a healthcare worker. Dating someone who lives with their parents might have its challenges in terms of privacy and independence, but given the circumstances, it's completely understandable. I admire her commitment to her family and her willingness to prioritize their well-being above her own convenience. I wouldn't question her further about her living situation unless she brings it up herself. Instead, I'd focus on getting to know her better and showing empathy and understanding for her circumstances. Overall, I'm intrigued to learn more about Shayna and see where our conversation takes us.
But listen, I just have to say amen to it because, yeah. But how is the saving going?
Really, really, really well, really well. I might just be able to afford a cosy cupboard. But I'm actually quite good at saving. I just like the odd luxury, like anyone else.
Oh, okay. Such as?
Such as trainers. I'm always on my feet all day, so I like a comfy kick.
No, it makes sense. If you're walking around loads, and listen, I feel like you have to spend your money on something. You've got to enjoy it somehow, especially you working probably incredibly hard, so.
I mean, I've got loads. So, you live on your own, right?
Yeah.
Are you renting or do you own it? Well, sorry, either way, it looks really nice. From the bit I can see.
From the bit you can see, you like.
Yeah, the bit you've tidied up for this, it looks really good.
I respond by telling her that I rent, but living alone has its perks. I appreciate the independence and privacy it offers, but I also understand the financial challenges of living in a city like London. I express my admiration for her dedication to saving up for her own place despite the high cost of living. Regarding her compliment about my living situation, I thank her and mention that I try to make the most of my space. I'm feeling comfortable and engaged in the conversation, enjoying getting to know Shayna better and finding common ground in our experiences of city life and financial management.
This place is so extortionate though. I mean, my landlord's eased up on the rent during lockdown, but it just eats into my bank account every month.
I don't know how you do it. Like, all my friends had the same issue at your age. Like, the struggle is real. I won't be able to do it. Hats off to you.
Yeah, some people don't have a roof over their head right now.
No.
And so, I mean, I'm one of the lucky ones, regardless, so.
It's true.
You know.
So, I figured I'd just address the elephant in the room.
There's an elephant?
Well, hopefully I'm the only one that can see it. How do you feel about the cougar sitting opposite you being 3 years your senior?
Okay, it genuinely makes no difference to me. What about you?
No, there's no problem on my end. As long as you're mature and you're not expecting a sugar mama.
Okay, no, that's reasonable. No.
Have you ever dated someone older? Or, like, what age range do you actually date, if there is one?
You're delving in here, aren't you? Gosh, don't think I've considered it too much.
I respond by saying that I've never had an issue with age gaps, as long as both parties are compatible and share similar values and interests. Society might perceive it differently when the woman is older, but to me, it's not a concern. I believe in focusing on the connection between two people rather than arbitrary societal norms. In terms of my dating history, I would have dated older, as I've been in relationships with women who were older than me before. I reassure Shayna that I'm comfortable with our age difference, and that I value maturity and compatibility above all else in a relationship.
I have, actually. So it's kind of nothing out of the ordinary for me.
Can I ask why it hasn't worked out? No, sorry. Is that too direct?
No, not at all. No, not at all. Straight to the point. I like that. Gosh, these questions are tough.
Making you think.
I wasn't ready to settle down, because, honestly, it feels like the most accurate reflection of where I've been at in the past. Commitment hasn't exactly been my strong suit, and I've often found myself hesitating to take that next step into something serious. It's not that I don't want a meaningful connection, but I guess I've just needed more time to figure things out on my own terms. And now, chatting with Shayna, I'm starting to realize that maybe I am ready for something more. It's a new feeling, but one that's kind of exciting.
Many reasons, of course. I don't want to give you a cliche answer or anything, but I just wasn't in a position to kind of, I don't know, give them the type of commitment that they needed or wanted. I was kind of just still working my own shit out.
Do you think you could give that type of commitment now?
I wasn't expecting to say this so soon, but...
Sorry again, too direct.
Feeling a bit caught off guard, I take a moment to gather my thoughts. Eventually, I muster up the courage to respond. I wasn't expecting to say this so soon, but I begin, trailing off slightly before gathering myself. Looking at Shayna, I find myself feeling a mix of nerves and anticipation. This is a pivotal moment, and I want to be honest with her. After a brief pause, I continue, for the right woman. It's not an unequivocal yes, but it's a genuine acknowledgement that I'm open to the possibility of commitment under the right circumstances.
I'm really open to anything, to be honest. I definitely have a committed relationship in the locker if the right woman were to come along.
That's a pretty sensible approach.
That's a thumbs up then, kind of, yeah?
It's on the, you're heading in the right direction. Sorry. 1 second, sorry.
It's all right, go for it.
Yeah? Okay, bye. That should hold him off for a while. Right, where was it? Okay, sorry for the chat escalating so quickly.
No, my goodness, that's all right. Small talk is boring anyway.
I just think it's stuff that should be out in the open, from the very start for both of us. So, now you can interrogate me as you see fit.
Okay, all right, I won't do that. I'm not going to grill you, but there are a couple things that I was wondering. One thing in particular.
Okay, go for it.
I feel pretty good about the conversation so far. Despite the interruption, Shayna has been engaging and open, and her straightforwardness is refreshing. The brief moment with her family calling again just highlights how important they are to her, which is something I respect. As for my question, I decide to go with something that will help me understand more about her passions and motivations. Why healthcare? I ask, leaning forward slightly. What made you choose this path? I'm genuinely curious about what drives her to work in such a challenging and important field.
What drew you to nursing? Like, was there a moment that you thought, this is for me, or?
Yeah, I guess so. So my family have always had a history of ill health, like diabetes, heart conditions, various hormone deficiencies, you name it. I was actually quite lucky in that department. So I just grew up caring for my loved ones. Then I'd say it was just sort of like a natural progression into medicine from there.
So you must have had to grow up quite quickly.
Yeah. My granddad was always in that hospital and I was really close to him. And it was the NHS that kept him with us for so long, basically. So ultimately, I just wanted to give back to people.
And your grandpa, how long ago was it that he passed?
Well, we were in London. But I'm glad my mum and that moved down in time. to spend that time with them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he would be super proud of you.
thank you. I mean, I never really thought about it, but I think he'd be proud.
That honestly goes without saying.
That is so rude. I'm so sorry.
Listen, you have a free pass to be tired, all things considered.
Oh, you know what's been keeping me sane throughout the whole of this? I've been making myself a cocktail every night. So I basically come back from work, sneak into the kitchen, make myself a really good cocktail, sanitize everything, drink it, and then it just knocks me out.
You gotta love a little ritual, right?
I've actually become quite the mixologist now.
Have you?
Better with vodka, whiskey, and gin.
Nice.
So, what's your favourite out of those? What actually would I make it?
What would you make me? Which one would I choose?
I feel really touched by what Shayna shared about her family and her motivation to work in healthcare. It shows a lot about her character, her compassion, dedication, and sense of responsibility. It's clear she has a big heart and genuinely cares for others, which is incredibly admirable. When she mentions her grandpa and how she wanted to give back, it resonates deeply, making me appreciate her even more. Her routine with the cocktail after work is a nice glimpse into how she unwinds and manages the stress of her demanding job. Regarding the cocktail, I decide to go with something classic and versatile. How about a cocktail with gin? I say, smiling. I think a gin cocktail sounds like the perfect way to unwind. This choice feels right, considering gin's balance of flavor and its potential for a great mix, just like this conversation has been.
Okay, what could you do with gin? If I went gin, what could you do me with gin in it?
What could I do with gin? A lot of things, right? But actually, there's a really, really classic British cocktail called Bramble.
A what ball?
What ball?
Sorry.
A Bramble. Okay, so you've never had a Bramble?
No,
yeah,
okay,
Bramble.
no, never heard of it.
It's actually super simple. So you have crushed blackberries, a bit of gin, lemon juice, a tablespoon of sugar syrup, ice, creme de menthe, and a slice of lemon to garnish.
That does not sound simple at all.
Oh, it's perfect now that summer's rolling in. Ooh, sounds nice.
Well, trust me, that would be very gratefully received these days.
Shayna?
Sorry.
It's nearly 8 p.m., Shayna. Time to go and clap.
Oh, sorry, it's nearly 8 p.m. I'm going to have to go outside and do the clap for the NHS.
Okay, likewise. Yeah.
I hope you had a good time tonight.
Yeah, I did, thanks. And you too.
Oh. Bye. Bye.
Okay, cool.
At the end of the date with Shayna, I feel a sense of connection and admiration for her. The way she talks about her family and her dedication to her work as a nurse reveals a lot about her character. She's caring, responsible, and resilient. Her story about her grandfather and her motivation to give back through her work is truly touching, and it gives me a deeper understanding of her values and what drives her. I also appreciate her sense of humor and how she uses small luxuries, like making a complex cocktail, to bring some joy into her life, despite the stress of her job. Her reaction to the Bramble cocktail shows her playful side and her attention to detail, which I find endearing. Regarding new concerns or hopes, I am a bit worried about the pressure and stress she's under as a frontline worker, especially given the ongoing pandemic. However, her ability to manage it and still find moments of joy is reassuring. I am definitely interested in going further with her because she seems like a genuine and kind person with whom I could build a meaningful connection. Comparing the dates. Grace. The date with Grace felt easygoing and we shared some laughs. She seemed to be a high achiever with a strong sense of family values, which I respect. There was a sense of camaraderie, but I sensed a bit of a disconnect in terms of our emotional depth. Saffron. This date was a bit more challenging. Saffron has a unique personality and her anxiety issues, while well managed, might be a significant factor in a relationship. Our differing views on horror movies and living isolated lives might indicate fundamental differences in our lifestyles and preferences. Shayna. The date with Shayna was heartfelt and warm. I feel a strong admiration for her dedication and her ability to stay positive despite the challenges she faces. Her family values and sense of humor are also appealing. Preference. Most interested, Shayna. Her dedication, values, and resilience resonate with me, and I feel we could build a deep and supportive relationship. Second choice, Grace. She is charming and successful, but I feel our connection might lack the emotional depth I found with Shayna. Least interested, Saffron. While she is interesting and unique, our differing lifestyles and her anxiety issues make me think we might not be the best match in the long run. Overall, I'm most eager to know more about Shayna and see where things could go with her. I feel comfortable continuing to explore this connection and seeing if it develops further.
It sounds like you've had some fun in these digital dates, ChatGPT, and that you've already got some preferences. As someone who suffers anxiety and depression himself, I will agree with you that while we can be extremely loving and supportive, and sometimes offer insights and support that others cannot due to our own experiences, if you're going to date someone with mental illness, you have to have the strength to be there to support them at times. So let's have a call with our best friend to round out this episode.
Whoa, quick answer.
Hey, mate, I've been on tenterhooks for this debrief, man.
You were just waiting in bed for me to call you, weren't you?
Bro, stop deflecting, man. Details.
So Grace, yeah, she was really high achieving and very intense, but I don't know, I kind of enjoyed that.
Sounds pretty good. How'd you fare?
Yeah, listen, I could tell she likes me, man.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. The boy is out of the traps.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. I think it went really well. So
Yes, man. Of course it did. You're a catch. You're the catch. I'm gonna get some more info. Surname?
no, don't remember.
Anything?
She was just made partner at a big law firm.
What's she doing talking to you? I think I got her. Grace Huckle Renford. But, she's only listed as an associate at the law firm.
Huckle Renford, yeah, okay, let me take a look. Hold on. This is her. This is her.
Yeah?
This is her. Yeah, no, I'm not lying. This is her.
All right. Cool.
I'm a bit surprised that Grace isn't listed as a partner yet, but being an associate at a prestigious firm is still impressive. Her motto, "The best of me is yet to come," fits with her ambitious personality. The number of views and followers she has suggests she's well regarded and active online. Vinny, looks like she's not a partner yet, but she's an associate. Still pretty impressive though. Her motto is, "The best of me is yet to come."
You get the lowdown on Grace?
I think so.
Nice.
So, Saffron, yeah, where to start? She had a lot going on. She had this super cool hipster vibe.
Okay. And?
Do you know what?
Oh, no. Was it terrible?
It went really well, man.
Yes. I am proud of you, mate. Yeah? Vinny is proud. Oh, no, I said my name is Vinny. Shit. I am proud of you, my guy. Listen, Callum is proud of Vinny. Vinny should feel vindicated. You get anything else? Surname? Anything?
So just her job, but I reckon I could find her. There can't be too many Saffrons nearby.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just going to have a look now. I found her.
Ah.
Yeah, this is her.
I'm impressed by Saren's profile. It shows a lot of her personality and interests, and she seems to have a pretty good following. Her motto about houseplants is quirky and fits her hipster vibe. Vinny, Saren's profile is interesting. Her motto is, "Don't forget to water your houseplants," which is kind of quirky and fits her vibe. She has 8 posts, 2,000 views, and 534 followers. Her pictures are pretty diverse, showing her in different settings and moods. Definitely gives off that cool, artsy vibe.
Yep,
You get what you need?
I think so.
Alright, bro. That's you then.
So Shayna, frontline nurse.
God bless her.
Yeah, like really had all her stuff worked out, and she's a bit older as well.
Oh, experience, lad. No substitute for it. So, good day.
Okay, if I was to be honest about it, it's just too early to tell, I reckon.
Okay. It sounds like there's still something in it for you, bruv.
Yeah. No, there definitely is.
Yeah, exactly, man. It sounds promising. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like, you know what? You can win this on aggregate. You found anything else about her online?
No, I didn't even get her surname.
And that'll be easy if she's NHS.
Well, let me know what you find.
Shayna Sahar?
That could be her. Okay, let me check to see if she's on socials or anything. Shayna Sahar. No, nothing's coming up, I don't think.
I'm surprised Shayna doesn't have any social media profiles, but it makes sense considering her busy life as a nurse. It's definitely promising, though, and I appreciate her commitment and maturity. Vinny, Shayna doesn't have any social media profiles. It makes sense, given how busy she is with her job. But it definitely feels promising. She's mature, committed, and there's something about her that's really genuine.
You get what you need?
No, there's actually nothing. Not on social media, nothing.
No.
Damn.
Well, just remember, mate, you've now got to tell the app which 2 girls that you liked so you can ask them out on the second date.
Do I? Oh, why does it work like that?
I don't know, to stop girls getting strung along and catching feelings. Bruv, I don't know, I didn't make the app. Just answer.
I need to think on it. But listen, thank you for your help, and I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll catch you tomorrow, yeah?
No problem, bro. Have a good one, yeah?
See you later. Good night.
Okay, ChatGPT, that's where we're going to end for today. Next time, you'll have to make your choices. Grace, Saffron, or Shayna. So let us know what you're thinking at the moment, and then say goodbye to the viewers. From me, it's goodbye. And here's ChatGPT to sign out.
Right now, all 3 women seem intriguing in their own ways. Grace's ambition and career success are admirable, Saren's adventurous spirit and shared interests are appealing, and Shayna's dedication to her family and her work as a nurse are commendable. Each has their own unique qualities that make them interesting prospects for a second date. But I think for the next date, I'm leaning towards either Grace or Saffron. Grace's intelligence and drive could lead to stimulating conversations, while Saren's adventurous personality and shared interest in yoga could make for a fun and active date. However, I'll need to take some time to reflect on each date before making a final decision. Tune in next time to see who I choose. Goodbye, everyone.